Hi everyone, Jeremy here from the Studio, and today I'll show you how to create this pointer from scratch in Fusion. You can grab this asset for free with the link in the description below, but first let me walk you through the motion graphic principle behind it so you actually understand how it works and build the skill set to do it yourself. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Alright, so once in Davinci Resolve, you can go over to your effect library, then you can go over to effect and bring a new Fusion composition in your timeline. Then we can just select it and go over to Fusion. Once in Fusion, I'm going to start by dragging a new background to my working area and then linking the output of that background to the media out. Then I'm going to reduce the alpha channel down to 0. That's going to serve as a canvas. Then next, we're going to bring two backgrounds into our working area, and we're going to use a rectangular mask on the first one. I'm going to link the output of that rectangular mask to the background 2, and then link the output of that background 2 to my background 1 to bring it to the composition. Right now, I'm going to change the color from black to red. I'm going to then go back to my rectangle 1, and I'm going to increase the corner radius just so we have some rounded corner. Then I'm going to reduce the level so we get transparency, and it just acts as a tint, but it's still see-through, so we're going to be able to see the footage that is behind it. Now we've created the fill, but we're also going to create an outline. To do that, I'm going to use a paste instance with the rectangle 1. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to right-click, and I'm going to paste instance. Then I'm going to link the output of that paste instance to the background number 3. And then I'm going to link the output of that to the merge one. Basically, right now, our rectangle 1 and our instance share exactly the same parameters. So if I make a change in one or the other, that's going to be reflected in both. I've done that because if we make any change to the width or the height, I need that to be applied to both the outline and the fill. But we're going to de-instance a certain parameter to make it basically different and be able to create the outline. So I'm going to right click here on my solid, and I'm going to de-instance that, and then we're going to untick it. Then I'm gonna right click here on my border width, and I'm gonna de-instance that as well. And as you can see, if I'm increasing the border width, it's only being applied to our instance and not to the rectangle. Yet, if now I'm making adjustment to the width or the height, both of them gonna be adjusted. So right now, I also want to de-instance the level because I want the border to be a solid. So I'm gonna right click on level, and I'm gonna de-instance that as well. And we're gonna bring the level back to 1. Now I'm just gonna reduce the border width because obviously right now it's way too much. So we're just gonna do 0.01, and I'm gonna change the color to red as well, so it just match our fill color. So now we pretty much have our pointer. We're just gonna do a simple animation on this. So I'm gonna select my merge 2, achieve space on my keyboard, search for transform node, and bring that in. Then we basically just gonna do something on size. So here we're gonna have it scaling up. To do that, I'm gonna go to frame 30. I'm going to drop a keyframe on the size at 1, and then I'm going to go to frame 0, and we're going to bring the size down to 0. Now if we play it, we have our animation. We need to smooth that out. So we're going to go over to our spline editor. We're going to select transform, hit zoom to fit, and then here we're going to select both of our point, hit the letter S on our keyboard to smooth out that curve, and then hit the letter T to bring the ease in and ease out, which basically allow us to adjust those handles. You can do it manually, but it tends to give just very good result to use the ease in and ease out. We're going to select 85 right here. I think that's a good sweet spot. And now if we play it, we have our final pointer. Now, if you don't want to build this yourself and want to use this directly in your edit page as a drag and drop template, you can download it with the link in the description below. It's part of our free starter pack, which contains over 300 assets across 20 categories. It's completely free for personal and commercial use, and over 200,000 editors are already using it. Just click the link below, fill up the form, and we'll send it directly to your email. After downloading your pack, you'll get a zip file. Double click on the zip file to unzip it, which will give you a folder. In that folder, you'll find a couple of things: the installation instruction, the license, the GRFX file for Davinci Resolve, and the font used to create the assets. Start by installing the fonts. Without them, Davinci Resolve will not know which font to use, which can result in a black screen when you drag your title onto the timeline. To install the font, simply go to the font folder. If you're on Mac, just select all the font and double click on them. This will open a window asking if you wanted to install the font. Select install. If you're on Windows, same thing. Just select all the fonts and then right click and select install. Alternatively, you can drag or copy and paste the font directly into your computer fonts folder. Once the fonts are installed, double click on the GRFX file to install the pack. This process is the same for both Mac and Windows. This will open Davinci Resolve, if not already, and prompt open a window asking if you want to install the pack. Select Install. Then once in Resolve, you can find the pointer by going over to Effect Library, Titles, Video Editor Studio, and then here in the free starter pack, you will find the pointer section with the pointer that we just created. You can then just take it and drag it here in your timeline. We can extend it to whatever length we want. And now you can pretty much adjust everything that we just saw in Fusion. We can also adjust the animation itself. Here, if we wanted to, for example, frame that computer, we could do that very easily by adjusting the overall height and the width, and then adjusting the overall position by bringing that down a notch. Here we go. And now you have your final pointer animation coming in. And that's pretty much it. Hope this video was helpful. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know in a comment what kind of video you'd like to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. If you need motion graphic assets for Davinci Resolve, we have over 50 carefully crafted packs available on our website, including transitions, effects, and titles built specifically for Davinci Resolve. You can get started now, completely free, by downloading our starter pack that contains over 300 assets. Get it with the link in the description below or directly on our website at videoeditorstudio.com.